Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good morning to us who are here. Good afternoon, if you maybe are watching this on recording. We'll take a moment to settle. Kind of settle into your seat, sort of, if you need to kind of get the wiggles out, that's totally fine. Lifting and lowering the heels or toes, sort of feeling your grounding. I invite you to close your eyes or maybe just lower your glance. Moving your hands and shoulders to find a settling in neutral. And then when the eyes close, if you can breathe in and out through the nose, this may be allergy season for you. So if you need a little open mouth, that's fine. Try not to lock the jaw. So a gentle jaw. And allow your mind to come into this space, to come into those feet, into the knees, into the shoulders and hands, into the jaw and face. And then releasing your mind from the rest of the day, from work, and just allow it to listen to your breath. Whatever that is right now, just listen. Bringing attention to areas will usually, sometimes, often bring ease to those areas. If I say notice your shoulders, typically if you have them drawn up, notice your shoulders, kind of ease them down. Kind of releasing tension without saying words like tension or stress. We just notice. And then our mind, bring the breath. So starting with a gentle breath practice, we're going to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. But our practice will be in through the nose, 2 breaths in through the nose. So without an exhale in between. And then for the exhale, open the lips and think of waterfall, sort of an air waterfall just down the front of your body. So you open the mouth and the air just cascades gently down the front of the body. So 2 breaths in, open the mouth, slow exhale, flow of air, kind of a gentle waterfall breath, a couple of times. Kind of find the bottom of your breath before you inhale again. Do 2 more wherever you are. And just gently open the eyes. Let's open and close the jaw. Very nice. Arms down by the side. We're going to inhale, palms front and then maybe out to the sides, thumbs pointing back if that's in your range. Maybe lift the heart forward. And then exhale, as you exhale, belly to spine. Think of the whole core, bringing those arms in, thumbs toward you and then toward the back. Sort of curving the shoulders. But it's the whole body that's doing this. Inhale, think of that whole body, opening the arms, palms, thumbs, lifting the heart. Exhale, little tail tuck, belly to spine, protecting that low back. And think of that whole sort of force of the body coming in toward the spine and toward the back. Just sit with this breath and movement for a few times. Considering our whole body as we move. That fascia wraps the entire body, all of our internal organs, all of our bones and muscles. So bringing that energy, thinking of the fascia, that even our shoulders and toes are involved in the movement of our arms. Last time with movement. On that next inhale, reaching the heart forward, gentle, not straining. You don't want to be in a place where you can't breathe. So if you find yourself straining or holding your breath, back out just a hair. So you can be in a place where you can breathe. Notice the shoulders down from the ears. Still actively reaching with the thumbs, fingers are open, but not to strain. You can tuck the belly in just a bit if this bothers your low back at all. Breathe. Ease in the toes. Feeling that energy opening up. Good. Nice inhale. Exhale, nice and slow, nice and gentle. Whole body turning inward. Rotating the thumbs to the back if that works for you. Reaching the shoulders forward. Maybe gently dropping the chin. Gentle tuck to the tailbone and breathe, holding here. Ease in your toes, ease in the forehead and brow, breathe. Energy in with the inhale, cleansing with the exhale. Very nice. Belly to spine, kind of holding that in. Inhale, lift the heart, shoulders open, palms open. Very nice. Coming forward in our chair a bit. Want to be safe and sturdy, but giving our hips, legs, our hip bone, top of the femur, space to move. And just a gentle kind of letting them know we're getting ready to spend some time with the hips, thighs, gentle rocking of the knees. And ease in the jaw, just breathe. Maybe if you want to close your eyes and you kind of sit with this gentle rocking motion, waking up space, notice the hips, the knees. Spending a little time before movement, make sure we don't strain anything. Good. Now come to neutral. And now we're going to inhale and open and exhale and close. And if you have any weakness or it just feels nice to kind of assist with the hands, totally fine. Again, you can close your eyes if you'd like. Inhaling open, exhale, close. If that stimulates your balance at all to have your eyes closed, just open and kind of gently look out a ways so you have a relaxed posture. Nice. And coming to stillness again with our feet sort of open. Scooch back just a little bit. Kind of lifting the heels. We'll keep the back of the toes flat on the ground. And pausing for a moment here with our heels on the ground. Think of our inhale at the ground and our exhale with the work. We'll use sort of work in that we're activating sort of a lift and a push forward with the front of the heel. So inhale, soften, kind of like our chair or our goddess pose. Inhale, soften, exhale, lift. Good. Inhale. Let's lift and really reaching forward with the front of the ankle out. So kind of really activating the calf, activating the back of the toes. It's non-weight bearing. So if your big toe doesn't like this, you can maybe gently, gently bring the ankles toward one another. Breathe, ease in the jaw. Nice. Now we're very gently going to move the ankles out. So sort of keeping the toes where they are, but if you feel on the outside of your ankle, just sort of finding some space there. Again, not to strain. If this bothers one foot or the other, let one rest. Breathe. Just kind of keeping that mobility, flexibility in our ankles. Good for stairs, good for balance in general, but doing it gently. If this is too intense, back off, lower the heels. Good. Inhale. Think of that whole body. Inhale, exhale, draw the ankles in toward the center. Think of the body coming in toward the spine, and then we'll drop the ankles down. Resituating my knees here. It feels a little better to have my feet wider open. Drop the inside, sort of the inside of the heels, ankles coming together. You'll find what works for you. If it feels like nothing, maybe situate your feet to where it's like, oh, that's something. Then sit and breathe. Very nice. Inhale. Exhale, draw the belly in, come back up to the back of the toes. And now stretching the feet out, resting on the heels, toes coming toward the knees. Good. Inhale, toes out, lifting the heels. Exhale, toes toward the knees, pushing the heels away. Inhale, toes out, ankles up. Exhale, heels down, toes towards you. Now holding toes on the ground. Again, no foot cramps. If it is, just back out a little bit. Lifting the top of the heel toward the sky, top of the ankle toward the sky. Breathe. Good. Inhale. Exhale, heels down, toes up. Reaching them toward the knees, heels away. Ease in the shoulders. Notice the hands. Very nice. And gently slide the feet back in under the knees. We'll do a little side motion. So if you'd like, you can sit on your right hand or hold the bottom of the chair or reach down. If you really want to engage your core, you can kind of have your hand out. So it engages your core more to sit in place. We want to try to keep both sit bones on the chair. We're going to inhale up with the left arm. Exhale over to the side, keeping the heart facing forward. It doesn't matter how far your hand is going over, keeping that left seat down. Breathe. Good. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to squeeze the belly in, squeeze the whole core in. The core is lifting the hand up. Good. Breathe. Reaching for the sky. Inhale. Exhale down. We're going to engage the core, but use the inhale to come up. Exhale down. Inhale, core stable. Exhale. Good. Inhale, core stable. Exhale. We'll hold here, breathe. You might want to hold the chair if you're not holding the chair, or just be really aware of your sit bones. We're just gently going to look up, kind of open the heart toward the sky. Breathe. Good. Inhale. Exhale, belly to spine, coming back to a simple side bend. And reach for the sky, back up to neutral. Nice. Other side, reaching out with the left hand. Inhale, sweep the right arm up. This side might be different. Exhale over. We're going to use an inhale, but we're going to really use that whole core, whole body to lift for the sky. And exhale down. And inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Holding here for a moment, breathe. My right shoulder isn't enjoying this today, so I'm going to do a little movement while we breathe, but thinking about the space from the shoulder, underneath the shoulder, down to the hip. Breathe. Nice. On your next inhale, opening the heart toward the sky just a little, just changes the way we're using our core. Breathe. Big inhale. Exhale back to the sort of neutral reach. And then inhale, reach for the sky, use that core. Nice. Little movement of the shoulders. And sort of actively opening up the knees. Hands on each knee. And we're going to, when I cue, we're coming over. We're not twisting and coming down, sort of turning the heart and leading with sort of the inside of your shoulder down toward the floor. So keeping the right shoulder back a bit. So we're just not twisting and coming down. So inhale, slight turn of the heart toward the left knee. And then exhale, bringing that inside of the right shoulder down toward the floor. So the chin is in neutral. We're not dropping the head. You can use the right knee to kind of push against it if that feels nice. Breathe. Breathing into the spaces in the back. Notice. Something has your attention. That's where you want to send the breath. And sitting with this for a few breaths to really kind of open up spaces. Ease in the jaw, ease in the toes. Nice inhale. We're going to exhale that belly to spine, holding in that lower core, coming back to neutral. And sit with that for a moment. Nice inhale, nice tall spine. Gentle turn of the heart toward the right knee, and then exhale down, bringing that left shoulder, inside the left shoulder down. Chin is in neutral, not cranking up, not tucking down really, just sort of a nice, easy neck. And notice, keeping the left side of the seat down. Breathe. Ease in your jaw, allow the mind to sit in where the breath is going. Maybe take a nice deep breath in and out. And inhale. Exhale, body to spine, lifting the center, head in neutral. Very nice. We're going to come up. Just turning so you can see my feet. Coming out to the edge of your chair safely, feet about hip width apart, so you have a nice strong foundation. If this is a challenge for you, you can practice this in the kitchen, on your chair on a nice safe surface with having a counter there so you have balance. We never want to be afraid that we're going to fall and we can't really concentrate on what muscles and breath we're using. So hinging at the hips, coming over the knees and feeling the weight in your feet, underneath the toes, in the heels. Let's just sort of gently rock back and forth. So a little exaggerated over the knees. Maybe you feel that more in your toes, under your toes, and then coming back. Or maybe you don't feel weight in your feet at all. So just a gentle rocking, kind of over motion of what you would do. Oh, hello, Lily. Good. Let's hold it forward. So now we maybe feel it more in our toes. Maybe you feel the ankle really working because you're extending, compressing it. Good. Push the ground away, coming back to more of a gentle seat. Coming straight up to neutral. And now find your hinge over your legs. Inhale and exhale. Find that push in the feet, drawing the body in and up to stand. Inhale, soften and lower. Exhale, push the ground away. Energy draws up through the top of the head. Inhale down. Exhale up. Good. Inhale, we'll do a little extra work here. Inhale, reach overhead or out front. Exhale, push the ground away, kind of sweep the arms back. Do as much or as little of a deep chair as you'd like. Inhale up. Exhale back. And if you just want to do arms, you can do that. If you just want to do legs, again, toes up, try not to grip with the toes, feeling the feet. Good. Last time, let's hold here for just a couple of breaths. Happy yoga face. Nice. Inhale. Exhale, push the ground away, feeling that strength bringing us up. Very nice. Lily has found a place to sit. Don't mind me. There. Okay. And Tadasana. So that was some energy for the legs. Let's stand for a moment. So now we're standing. Find that foundation, gentle lift to the toes. Maybe close the eyes if you'd like. Place your fingertips on the chair so we don't feel tippy or lost. Or if it's better to keep your eyes gentle, looking out in front of you. And ease. Breathe into the shoulders, breathe into the hands. Very nice. So presence in the left foot. We're going to come up on the right toes, back of the right toes, trying to keep the ankles straight. Just sort of move them up and down. Find your range of motion. Hold at the top, hold with that ankle reaching forward. Again, find your range of motion for your toes, your ankle. Nice. And so a little balance because we really want our weight in our left foot. Fingertips can be on the chair. We're going to drop that right ankle out very easily. Gentle use of the word drop. Invite it out and down. Good. Inhale. Exhale, belly to spine. Lift the ankle. And then just kind of cross the front of the inside of the right ankle, or whichever foot you're using, inside of the right ankle, kind of over the top of the left foot. Again, balancing in the left foot, fingers on the chair or not. It's a balanced pose. We want to be really mindful that we're not going to ask anything of this right foot while we're balancing. Good. Inhale. Exhale, belly to spine. Lift the knee. Nice. Extend out, pointed toe. And then rest the heel and lift the toes toward the knee. And breathe. Nice. Back to Tadasana. Notice. And other side. So presence in the right foot. If you prefer to do this seated again because one foot or the other doesn't like to stand, that's okay. Lifting that first straight on, lifting that left ankle, trying to engage all 5 toes. If your big toe doesn't enjoy the party, you can give it a little pass. Breathe. Ease in the shoulders. Just let this kind of be Tadasana for the shoulders and jaw, or Shavasana, rest, I guess, too. Okay, nice. Gently easing the ankle out to the left, keeping the toes on the ground. Breathe. Again, our weight is in the right foot, a little pressure on the left foot, but not a lot. We want to stay weighted and balanced with our fingers on a chair. If it's any balance challenge, please hold on to the chair. We don't want to risk any ankle injury. I'm just trying to have a little bit of weight there, but mostly balance. And now tip it in, bring the inside of the ankle over the top of the other foot. Breathe. If you want a little more balance challenge, you can close your eyes. But again, not at the risk of the left ankle. Nice. Inhale. Exhale, belly to spine. Lift the knee there, back of the toes. And slide it out for a point. Breathe. Smile. And heel down, toes up. Really reaching the toes towards you. Nice. Slide the foot back. And Tadasana. Spend a moment here. Breathe. Lifting those toes, really aware of the feet and how a nice foundation we have for ourselves. We need it all day long. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Open mouth, exhale. Again. Take it all in. Hello, hello. Exhale, open mouth. Nice, nice wide feet. Come into our goddess feet. So lowering the knees, if that works for you, don't have to come down deep. We can do the exercise without deep knees. Whatever works for you. You can also do this with your chair right in front of you, holding onto your chair. So let's add goddess arms, kind of settle into goddess arms. So strong, awareness in the legs. This is a really active full body pose. So active hands, active elbows, kind of reaching back, active knees, reaching open. Lift the toes. We want to appreciate our foundation in our feet. Good. Inhale and feel like you're inhaling and filling that space between your knees. Exhale, push the ground away, reach for the sky. All that energy coming up from the feet, out through the hands. Inhale, soften, fill, exhale, reach. Inhale, exhale. So strong. Toes to the fingers. Inhale, exhale. Once more. Good. Let's spend a moment in goddess. Strong. Breathe. So strong. We can do it. 2 more breaths. Big inhale. Big exhale. Very nice. Hands to the waist. So we're going to slide back down into goddess with our hands on the knees. And again, you can stand behind a chair and do this instead. And much like we did when we were seated, we're going to gently turn the heart toward the left knee and then reach down with the inside of the right shoulder. Your depth, your what works for you. Gentle face, not straining the neck up or tucking it down. Thinking about from the hip space up through the shoulder. Inhale, exhale, push, kind of internally reach everything into the center to come back to the center. Let's straighten the legs for a moment. Nice, back down. Inhale, turning the heart toward the right side. Exhale, reaching with the inside of that shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, lift the top of the body back to center. Straighten the legs. Very nice. Step in. And Tadasana. Nice. I come to the back of my chair. Cat will allow it. Go. We were out of town, so they're either really clingy, they're both are, you can't see them, they're very clingy, and they are also acting like they've never eaten, trying to convince me their feeder is broken. So standing here with the chair, I'm gonna work on some balance again. Grounding into the left foot. Nice and strong, we're gonna lift the right knee a little, stay on the toe here for a moment, and we're gonna slide that toe back. So now the right foot is behind us. And you can either place your hands at your heart, thumb on the heart, fingertips on the chair, one of each, your choice. We're going to gently hinge at the hip and gently lift the right leg at the same time. Put a little bend in the left knee. And so here, this is a great balanced posture, even if you just lift the toe off a little bit. If you'd like to hinge and kind of keep the body in a straight line and hinge at the left hip, I'm going to put my right hand on my chair. It's not cheating, it's turning it into your pose that you enjoy. Now push out with the heel. So we're going to bring those toes up toward the knee again. And we're going to try, this is my challenge, to keep the right hip down. Not opening up to the side, keeping that right hip down. Breathe. If you'd like to reach your hands out over your head or one over your head, breathe. I'm going to have one hand on the chair and one hand with a reach. Good. Reach out with that heel. Draw the body in toward the center. It helps with the balance. Very nice. Inhale. And as you exhale, belly to spine. Bend that right knee back in. Lift the top of the head toward the sky. Really uses our whole core to standing. Pause. Very nice. Presence in the right foot. Again, thumbs can be at the heart space, one on the chair, doesn't matter. Coming up with the left heel. We're going to slide that foot back. Find your balance. We shift anything, our balance is shifting too. So we want to be present in the foundation of that right foot. Think left hip stays down. I'm already opening up, just it happens. But the balance challenge is keeping that left hip down. We're going to lift the heel, hinge at the hip just a little bit. You can stay right here. Have a soft right knee, whatever has you nice and steady. I'm going to put my left fingertips on the chair and come over a little bit more. Breathe, left hip down, mine's crawling toward the sky. Breathe, and then again, you can reach one arm forward or both. Reach out with that left heel. Breathe. Think of all that energy coming into the center of the body, grounded in the right foot. Actively reaching with the heel. Breathe. Hip is down. Nice. Inhale. Exhale. Bring everything in toward the core. Head reaching for the sky. Bringing the knee in. Down to Tadasana. Sweep the hands up. Inhale. Open mouth. Exhale. And again. Do a little more in the shoulders. You'll take the right hand, place it behind the head, and that can stay right there. Left hand, back of the hand to the low back. You can say just like this. If you'd like, you can raise the right shoulder, elbow up so that the hand comes to the bottom of the neck. And you can raise the left hand up so that the fingertips move toward. Some people can touch their fingertips. I cannot on this side. So that's okay. So find your spot that's between work and ease. And if you find yourself really cranking with your neck or you feel like you're holding your breath, back off. There's no award for hurting your shoulders. Find a place where you can breathe. A little work maybe for the left hand, left fingertips reaching up, that's okay, no strain. Little tuck to the tailbone, holding in the belly, so we have our low back protected. Good, big inhale. Exhale, slide that left hand down, release. Slide the right hand up and lower. Little shoulder circles one way, shoulder circles the other. Ready for the other side, again, could be completely different. Left hand to the back of the head. Right hand, back of the hand to the low back. Maybe yours goes up to your ribs. Mine's gonna stay right here. And then lifting the left elbow, if you'd like, so the hand comes to the bottom of the neck or a little lower. Whatever is yours, mine looks completely different on this side. But I'm gonna find a place. For me, my mind is more in my left arm this time because my right arm just wants to sit there, and that's fine. And breathe. Breathe into the ribs. Maybe you're breathing into your left shoulder. Maybe you're breathing into your right shoulder. If you're straining, back out a tiny bit. Support the low back. Tuck it in. If you found ease, walk the fingers in toward one another just a hair to make it a little more toward work. Breathe. Nice inhale. Exhale, slide that right hand down. Raise the left hand up and lower. Tadasana. Breathe and notice. Our arm rotation like we did seated. Inhale, thumbs out and back. Lift the heart forward. Be gentle. Just noticing. Exhale, maybe a little bend to the knee, a little tuck to the tailbone. Curving the shoulders down. Thumbs maybe back. Inhale, open. Exhale, bring it in. Again. Reaching the heart out and down. Good. Next time we come up, reach that heart, reach the hips forward. So a little tiny back bend. You can reach forward and still hold your belly in, so we're protecting our core. The tailbone is up, it's not pointing down, but you can hold in that core and breathe, reaching those thumbs back, reaching that heart forward, peace in the face. Notice a big deep breath across the front of the body into the belly. Big inhale. Exhale, tuck that tailbone, little bend in the knees, slowly bringing the body in toward itself, rotating the thumbs back, bringing the shoulders together. You could drop the chin, tuck that tailbone. So we're finding a more of a forward fold. Breathe. Let the head hang if that feels good. Reaching with those thumbs, reaching the shoulders together, reaching the mid back for the back of the room. Good. Inhale here. And with our exhale, presence in that low back as we bring the core in, lift the energy up through the shoulders, through the top of the head, and back to Tadasana. Nice cleansing breath. Inhale, sweep, look through the hands. Open mouth, exhale. One more time. Nice. Feet a little more than hips. Arms are down by the side. We're just gonna kind of work things out before we sit down. So very gentle side to side sway with your arms, the sort of the pendulum effect of them tapping your legs. So enough for you, let them tap your front and your back. And just do this for a few minutes, well, a few breaths. Breathe. But the tapping is also part of the therapy. You can get a little more sway if you'd like, as long as it doesn't bother your knees. Breathe. Just a couple more. Slow it down. And stillness. Feet closer. And Tadasana. Sit with that energy. Arms right here. Just breath in through the nose. Slow exhale through the nose. Back to our chair. Lots of presence and awareness of the core. So as we lower, the calves are on the back of the chair, bumped up against you. The chair is there. Maybe you want to close your eyes as you come down, but lifting the toes so we know where our base of our feet are. Slowly come down, awareness with the pivot of the hips, the knees, trying to keep that balance even in the feet, nice and slow. And if it gets to a point where you feel that you need to drop, just do so, maybe with your hand on your chair, sort of with ease. If the body doesn't want to do this slowly, that's okay. Just try to keep ease in the mind if the body makes sudden movement. No judging. We don't judge ourselves. Very nice. Let's do a roll to the wrists. Way. Slow it down. I'm just big fast circles. Let's do slow circles. And the other way, nice and slow. Peace and ease. Nice. Left palm toward me. Gently with the right hand, bringing the fingers back. If you'd like, you can kind of open the right hand so that you can involve the thumb with the right pinky. Bringing those fingers back toward you. If you're doing a lot of typing, needlework, anything, gardening, breathe. And if this bothers your low back, this tends to, whatever reason, bother my low back. So I just do a little tuck to the tailbone and bring the belly in. Ease in the jaw and feet. Nice. Now very gently, hand on the top of the left hand, just bring the wrist back. You can leave the fingers open, gentle. You can also bend the elbow if your shoulders doesn't enjoy that or is tired. And now here, piano the fingers. Nice. Right hand toward me. Again, gentle sort of spreading of the left hand and just gently guiding the fingers back. Find what feels good. Breathe. Very nice. Gently release. Gently bringing the fingers down toward the ground on the right hand. Support with the left if that feels good. And piano the fingers. We're going to kind of come forward for just a minute or so. So coming forward in your chair, we can rest the elbows on the knees. You can have the arms on the outside of the legs. It sort of stops your chest at your knees, or you can open the knees and have your hands on a book or on the ground, fingertips, or you can cross your arms and let your head hang. Two important things. We want to keep your head above your heart if you have blood pressure or eye pressure issues. And we also want to be in a place where the neck can relax. So if you feel tense down here, then maybe stay here with your arms open around their knees, or stay with your arms crossed. Doesn't matter. So find your inversion. And we'll be here for just about a minute. If at any point you want to come up, hands to the knees, and then gently with your eyes open, just gently press up. And again, as you breathe, let the mind just listen to the breath. No work. Using this to gently bring breath to areas where it feels nice. If anything feels like strain, find a spot that feels like ease. Ease in the neck, ease in the jaw, bringing the breath in and out of the forehead. Presence in the feet, presence in the seat for a foundation as we gently move one hand to the top of one knee and then the other. Eyes are open, breath is steady. We just very gently straighten the arms. I feel that blood sort of rushing around. It's really good for the lymph system. It can help regulate us if we're feeling a little keyed up. Eyes are open and sit. So we're going to move towards Shavasana. I want to do a little motion, touching sort of our feet and legs and things, but we are sort of winding down. So place your brain in Shavasana, and then you can move if you'd like to in just a moment. So thinking of our hands and the touch of our palms, maybe gently rub the palms together and breathe. And just notice, you slide the fingertips to the bottom of one palm and then the other. Maybe your eyes are closed. Just breathe. Noticing the curves in the hands, the fingers, the bottoms of the hands. So opening the eyes if they're closed, we're going to bring that touch to the tops of the feet. So just gently, sort of maybe front top of the fingers and front of the fingers, brushing the tops of the feet. And then brushing the sides of the ankles and calves, the outside, front of the fingers, back of the fingers. And notice. Good. Inside of the calves, inside of the knees. Brushing the fingers up, brushing them down. Belly to spine, gently coming up a little more to seated. Fingers on the knees. So just brushing the knees, front of the fingers, back of the fingers. And maybe the eyes are closed, noticing the knees and the hands, how this feels. Good. Gentle brushing on the outside of the legs. Gentle brushing on the top, inside of the legs. And then the belly, maybe alternating across the belly. Just gentle, nice and slow. And then the sides of the body. So whatever works for you, maybe the back. Let's see the back. So the back of the hands, side of the hands, just a gentle, kind of tactile touch. Good. Front of the chest. Maybe a sweeping. And then one hand, maybe right hand, fingers, palm, sort of painting the opposite arm. Top of the arm. And then flipping the hand over to the palm. And other side, top of the hand, elbow, outside of the shoulder. Breathe. And palm open, inside of the hand, inside of the elbow. Hands gently around the neck, just sort of gently brushing from the back to the front. Not a squeeze, just a brush. And the hands open, sort of cupping your own face. Maybe fingers gently over the ears, and just a gentle, sort of gentle circles, very light. And cupping the back of the head, just a gentle rub of the hair, side of the head, temples, breathe, top of the head. And gently cupping the eyes, a gentle motion across the forehead and down into the eyebrows. Then palms to the forehead, inhaling, exhaling, hands down the face, down the neck, down the body. Again, inhaling, palms to the forehead, exhaling, sweeping down the face, chest, legs. But 2 more times. You can move to Shavasana, to a seated lying down place if you'd like for the next couple of minutes, just a couple of minutes, or you can sit back, ease in your feet, ease in the hands and shoulders. Allowing the mind to sit with the breath. Guiding a wandering mind back to the breath. Noticing the energy in the hands and body as it settles and breathes. Presence of the body back in our space. Presence of gentle movement. Fingers and wrists, toes and ankles, and shoulders. Maybe open and close the jaw. The fingertips together, palms open. Allowing the mind to think of that breath, sort of swirling around the inhale between the palms. And an exhale of letting go. Thanking yourself for your yoga, your breath, your core, your body, your foundation. Palms together, fingertips toward the sky. Bringing it down, thumbs to the heart space. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste, everyone.